Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle book review of Trapped in a World. Well, okay, it's called Howard the Duck Omnibus Edition by Chip Zdarsky and Joe Quinones. And now, my apologies if I said their names completely wrong. And it says there, equals hilarity. Maybe I should have gone for that for the title. However, Marvel, of course, came out in February 2022 and it's 424 pages. There's a fair amount of bonus material at the back. It is actually probably one of the thinnest of omnibus editions I've ever had. Now I'm just going to quickly show you and compare it, and I'm just going to make certain that the book covers actually the same, otherwise it's an unfair comparison. You can see there Dr. Aphra, that's quite obviously a reasonably sized one. Well, this one is obviously slightly thinner. It was slightly cheaper as well. Let's see, does it actually have a price on this? Yes, $60 US. Now in the UK I think I got it for about 30 odd, £32. I can't remember how much I paid for this one, but it was about 50 or 60, I suppose. So this one is $125. So obviously this is quite substantial. However, let's just put that over there, out of the way, because the review is about this. Now, I haven't read every single story. I've read a few of them. I've thoroughly enjoyed the ones I've read. And, well, it's a real mix of different art. So you've got here, Howard's a very lovable... Oh, actually, let's just take the cover off. That's going to be the best way. It's nice to always show the cover. Let's just take that off without ripping it. I'll probably rip that at some point. Actually, that's a lovely... I haven't looked at it, so that's... wow. Very interesting sort of cover. It's obviously got squirrels and Squirrel Girl. And you can see, obviously, Craven's on there. Obviously, Howard's on there again. Weird. Anyway. But it's a nice wrap around there. And the actual book itself, well, there's a lot of people involved in this. You can see a variety of different... I'm going to give a list as well here. And there's quite a list. Howard the Duck 2015A, issue 1 to 5. Howard the Duck 2015B. Weird. 1 to 11. This is why I find, must admit, modern comics so hard to actually go through. Finding them at comic conventions now is virtually impossible because of all these different codes and things. The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl 2015B, issue 6. Then material from War of the Realms, War Scrolls, issue 1. Yes, all the things, they're just spread out over so many different titles. Used to be quite simple. Fantastic Four. That was it. You knew what you're going to get. King size special, maybe you might complicate it. But you've got, a vast number of different artists in this, as well as pencilers and, loads of colour artists, cover art. You've also got, and you can see all the breakdowns there. And the styles actually vary quite considerably all the way through it. Got a nice little introduction. You've got some nice little drawings there, which character sketches. I think it's just always great. Always love that sort of thing. And straight into the actual book, 2015A, issue 1. You get the covers, of course. Love always the covers. Actually, that was the thing that sold it to me, that initial one, because I love the characters in the background. You've got, of course, Thor there, obviously Captain Marvel, Spidey there in the window, and also someone at the door. I'm not certain who that is. Probably Black Cat, I assume. However, he's in prison initially, and I love these sort of sequences where he's trapped in a world he never made. Who is he? He's a duck, and there's always someone in the... Never heard of him. Because that's probably would be me, that sort of person that turn around. I've never heard of him. Who's he? Someone said, they're talking about some super famous, and I'll go, never heard of them. Obviously people know about these people, but I don't. But there's old Spidey there, and I love he's just looking at his mobile phone. I guess Spidey would have his mobile phone in. But that's the thing, it's lots and lots of quirky characters. Obviously, Howard Duck going through, and you've got, of course, Black Cat there. Catwoman, as she said at one point. Obviously not. Absolutely not. But you've got the Gatherer, not the Collector. And, of course, you've got the Guardians of the Galaxy. You've got everyone. Actually, the kitchen sink is thrown into this. This is everyone and everyone. Even Spidey looking a bit rough there. Poor old Spidey. What's happened to him? Gone. He's even got a picture, obviously, of Howard there, who's obviously in the house. And also Doctor Strange in a Strange Land. So you've got, everyone. You've got the X-Men. You've got the Fantastic Four. Now, the artwork maybe is not everyone's sort of... Galactus there, of course, and Reed Richards, etc. Is not everyone's cup of tea. But I actually like this style. It's not realistic. And actually, that's the thing I like about it. I'm quite big fan, like 1940s, 1950s comic style that didn't always go for realism. There was sort of surreal sort of styles they had. And I actually quite genuinely, there's few ones, like Silver Surfer comes to mind, Michael Aldridge one that I really love. Very similar, actually, feel, Michael Aldridge one. And then obviously Squirrel Girl. I'm not certain why Squirrel Girl. Maybe she has. I haven't seen it. An omnibus edition of all her works. It's very odd that they've missed completely. Wasn't it? Is there ever going to be a film of Squirrel Girl? I would have thought Squirrel Girl was an obvious one. And obviously got Miss Marvel now, the thing. So I just thought Squirrel Girl. And you got Wolverine. You got obviously Captain America. I'm not certain what he's eating there. Is that pizza or nacho? I don't know. Whatever it is. And you got some very odd artwork sometimes in this. This is just really goes sort of very strange. Now, don't even ask me who that character is supposed to be. I say logic and proportion. The White Rabbit, apparently. And then you go for another style. So you got some very random styles in this. Gwenpool, of course, there. And other characters that seem to be turning up in the background there. And Hydra, Madame Hydra, she's in there. And let's see other. Actually, there's just so many characters in this. I think this book must near enough have every single character in Infinity Gauntlet's in it. Everything is in this book. And of course, you of course got Galactus and some other character that you're not my. Anyway, I don't want to spoil the entire book by showing everything, but you of course got Doctor Doom. You can't, but you have to have a book with this sort of book has got Doctor Doom, and of course Squirrel Girl. I think Squirrel Girl faced Doctor Doom quite a bit. I'm certain she always wins as well. But also the Wizards in it. Everyone, the Avengers, animals are in it. There's some lovely artwork as well, and I just love it. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. Guardians of the Galaxy, of course, and so on. Spidey's in it again, Doctor Strange, and so on. It's just great. And absolutely. Now, I have no idea where the story's going. It's one of those books that you obviously got, again, another sort of art style there. She-Hulk's in it. I always love the She-Hulk. And there's, of course, complete collection one with She-Hulk that I've just recently been reading. I love that as well, that sort of artwork. It's not really that realistic, but it's just, to me, just love it. Just love that style. Now, sometimes, of course, it goes a bit sort of there, and you've got something. Is that a headless? You've got headless Doctor Doom. Looks like a headless Doctor Doom. It's something anyway. Looks like a crab man or something. However, you've got some characters I have no idea, and I love that. Actually, this is always quite a good style. It's sort of obviously going for the more sort of the oldie-fashioned style. And that one I do remember. I think that was, yes, these are ones from of course, the early 1970s. Howard Duck one, obviously slightly done differently, but done in that style. I really enjoyed those complete collections. I got 4 volumes of the Howard Duck ones. Just absolutely great. I love those stories. Not all. I mean, some I got they're okay, but there's some really a good, consistent, brilliant stories all the way through it. And I love this. This book's great. Let's just go through to War of the Realms. There's another cover there. War Scrolls. Now, I must admit, I didn't get that. I wasn't really sort of into the War of the Realms. Anyway, some bonus material back. There's a lot of bonus material. There's about a good 30 pages, 30 odd pages. You got there. A lovely one there. Deadpool 45 variant as well. You got lots of the variants. And that's a lovely one. Now, a lot of these, that one, there, What the Duck variant, Daredevil 15. Now, that one weirdly isn't in here, Daredevil 15. So they included some variant covers on things that, but that would be a sort of unusual one to put on the wall as a poster. Oh, that one, look at that one, that's lovely. Legendary Star-Lord one. Again, another one that was not included in it. It's very strange. So some really great little sort of things, and I love the Inhuman issue 14 and Thor 7. Oh, that's a good one. Klimt, good old Klimt there. Got another sort of, that's a great. Actually, something you don't often see, or maybe you do. Maybe the artists sneak those in where they put sort of obviously a homage to some earlier works, and that one's a lovely Klimt one. But you don't. I must admit, when I look through comic covers and book, I don't think, oh, you know what, that reminds me of a Degas or a Renoir or something. But maybe they do. Maybe they do put those in. But I just think that's just great and absolutely lovely to see a good old Klimt there. Oh, and a Munch, whatever. And so on and so on. The Scream, obviously. And that's just great. Absolutely brilliant. Uncanny Inhumans issue 0, no less. But I think it's just great. This is just a lovely book. I love these sort of... it's one of those ones you can pick up and just generally just read and just enjoy at any point. You don't have to read all the stories. In fact, you just dip into it and read just one of the stories and just go, you know what, that's just great. You've got, I don't know who she is, who he is, obviously Human Torch there. You've got loads of other characters, Inhumans, everyone's in the kitchen sink is in this. Superhero battle for the fate of New York, possibly the world. They just throw the kitchen, I think obviously Spider-Woman there and She-Hulk. Obviously the Thing turns up quite a bit as well. Wow, what a great book. This is definitely worth checking. I say, if you're looking for realistic art, you know, that sort of War of the Realms, all that sort of style that's obviously very popular, I'm not so keen on it. I have to say, I prefer this sort of like cartoony style. So I'm really pleased when I pick up books that really go to that sort of style. I know that probably 90% of people probably hate it, probably hate that sort of style. And therefore, Squirrel Girl, and you see comments online, people say, oh, Squirrel Girl, whatever. I think they're just great. But then it just appeals to my ear. If I was going to do a comic book, it would probably be more in this sort of style than the realistic. I just couldn't do a realistic one. But so this is great. I shall just quickly show the cover. It's even better. Howard Duck. I think this is a lovely little collection of, and like I say, includes a vast numbers of people, and you can see a long list of people there. Most of the people, I have no idea who they are. I should know. But I'm certain people were saying in the comments, saying, you should know who XYZ is. I'm certain they're all absolutely brilliant. I love the artwork. So, absolutely great volume. And so, worth checking this out. Really, really recommended. Howard the Duck Omnibus Edition, even if it is slightly the thinnest one I've ever seen.